Why are most black men homophobic? Most of us were held to certain beliefs or attitudes due to a variety of reasons like cultural upbringing, personal experiences, or societal influences. It's been a complex issue since the beginning of our time. This is where toxic masculinity stems from. Toxic masculinity can contribute to certain behaviors and attitudes including homophobia and also being misogynistic. In many communities, traditional views on masculinity can play a significant role, leading to reinforcement of heteronormative behaviors. These perspectives may be perpetuated by media representation and historical context that emphasize strict gender roles. Addressing this issue requires open dialogue, education, and the promotion of more inclusive and accepting attitudes towards all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation. Let's unpack this and talk more about it. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dante, and I'm back at it again with another video. As you guys can see by the title today, child, we're going to be talking about black men and why most of them are homophobic. Now, before we even get into everything, this is just my opinion, so this video is going to get very much opinionated. I don't think this is factual, but being that I'm black or whatever, and I'm gay, of course, and I grew up with nothing, not even gonna say I grew up with nothing but black men, but, you know, being brought up and raised by black men, I got to experience what I experienced. I'm not speaking for every gay person, it's just based off my experience. Now, I've done a video like this before, but I was kind of talking about black people as a whole, but I kind of want to talk more about it because I kind of feel like in that video I didn't really touch on a lot of points that I was thinking about. Let's just kind of get deeper into this video, whatever, and just talk more about black men. And what made me talk about this, you guys, is I had seen a video on TikTok. I want to say it was last week. I know the holiday just passed or whatever, and I've been seeing a lot of gay couples, like, you know, take family pictures with their children, and you know, it's really rare to see that or whatever, and they're black. So, you know, of course I'm happy to see it or whatever, but I knew that seeing those pictures, because I seen like more than like two. I think I seen more than one or whatever, but I knew it was going to be some negative connotation behind it. That's why I just liked the picture and kept scrolling. I didn't even feel the need to look through the comments because I knew it was going to be somebody homophobic in them damn comments. But ironically, I want to say I was on TikTok and I had seen this guy, y'all. He was irritated. The gay black couple that were kissing their son on the cheek, and he just took the picture way out of context.
I don't give a fuck what you say or how you feel. This ain't it, bro. This ain't it, bro. Nah, bro, this ain't it, bro. Where's his mom, bro? I blame the mother. Why are you letting your son do this? Like, let the kids grow up and be... Oh, my God. They corrupting the youth with this shit, bro. Come on, man.
So, let me see if I got this straight. You were a grown-ass man, allegedly, and you had to go on the internet to find that photo. You had to search for it. A photo of a seemingly happy, healthy child and his family, and you had to save it to your phone, and you fired up TikTok, you pasted it in the background, and you put on this very over-dramatic performance expressing your outrage and your condemnation of what you were seeing. And then you had to give your hot garbage homophobic take on why it's wrong. And then, as if being a cantankerous and angry, bitter homophobe weren't enough, you had to add insult to injury and add some misogyny on top of it and blame the kid's mom because, well, why not blame it on a woman, right? And I just don't get homophobes, man. Like, you're expressing all this outrage and you're putting it under the veneer of, oh, I'm just concerned about kids. When you don't give a fuck about kids, man, you really don't. Because there are kids around the world who are dying of famine and disease. There are kids being blown apart in the Middle East. There are kids in this country right now who are going to bed hungry, who are waking up on Christmas morning with nothing, absolutely nothing. Kids who live in abusive households, who don't know warmth, love, and affection. And not a peep from you. Crickets. But the second you see a kid, a happy, healthy kid with two dads, then all of a sudden you got to go on TikTok. You got to tell the people why it's wrong. You got to tell them, you got to protect the kids. Got to let the kids be kids. Like, I'd almost have more respect for you guys if you just said, I don't like gay people, and stop using kids as this crutch to make your homophobia seem more palatable to people. Like, we see through that bullshit. So, like, Jesus, were you not hugged enough as a child? Is that it? Is the concept of affectionate, loving people in your life who care about you just like that foreign that you have to have this visceral, guttural response to a kid and his dad's? Like, Jesus, fuck, man. Merry Christmas.
That's like one of the main reasons what made me want to jump back into this topic. Now if you are new here, you've been watching this video this whole time. If you've been watching me and you haven't been subscribed, I think you're a hater. Like, subscribe to your boy. I really appreciate that. It'll take me a long way. I appreciate the love in the comments, you guys, too. But I feel like there's a lot of y'all that watch me and don't subscribe or whatever. So do that. Cause you like this content. It's okay to admit it. Yeah. And for those of you that's been rocking with me, I appreciate y'all and y'all know I love y'all down. Let's get into the reasons as to why I feel like a lot of us black men are homophobic, if you will. Number one is toxic masculinity. That's like, they be kicking y'all in the ass. And let me give y'all the proper definition of toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is a term to use to describe the harmful aspects of exaggerated masculine traits that are socially destructive. With toxic masculinity, the reason why I say I feel like it kick y'all in the ass is because a lot of men try to prove their masculinity all the time. I feel like as black men try to prove their masculinity every single day on this earth. And I feel like a lot of that has a lot to do with how we were brought up. We were raised to not cry. We was raised to not bitch and moan. We were raised to be tough, very infatuated with being masculine or whatever. So when you are brought up in an environment like that, you're not really allowed to show your emotions. So that shit carry on as you get older. And a lot of black men in particular, when it comes to masculinity, they don't realize how they're trying to impress men more than women. And let me kind of tell y'all why. Now, men that are small-minded, a lot of them may think that they're trying to impress women because, women are naturally attracted to masculinity. But a lot of women are not attracted to toxic masculinity. It's a big difference. And I feel like they get those two misconstrued because they're trying to prove like, oh, I ain't gay or no homo or I'm this, I'm that, man. Hell no, I ain't with that shit. Some black men express their toxic masculinity by being nonchalant. And y'all know women cannot stand that shit. Like, a lot of women, they want that man to be emotional, like show that they care. Showing emotion while being a black man is very hard to do because you're looked at as being, you're looked at as sassy or you're looked at as, being, zesty or whatever the case may be. They make up words every day, Lord have mercy. So they just rather not be looked at in that type of light. But me personally, I feel like the world would be a better place if men would just let go of all of that societal shit and just, live for them and stop trying to impress men. Cause that's what y'all doing. Y'all impressing men. Y'all not really impressing the girls cause girls could care less about all that hardcore shit. Like, me personally, this is my personal opinion. I feel like everybody has feminine traits. I don't care if you're straight, bisexual, whatever the hell it may be. Everybody on this earth has some type of feminine trait within them. Another reason is they're just DL. Now, I'm not saying every black guy is DL who don't like gay boys. I'm not saying that, no. But that's a reason. You being down low is one of the main reasons as to why a man could be homophobic. They just don't feel comfortable being around it because they know they like that shit secretly. Another reason is they genuinely are disgusted with the perception of being gay. Now, I want to make sure I get her name right because she did a video. This girl, she recently went viral on YouTube or whatever, y'all. And she did a video basically in talking about homophobia and how you shouldn't date a homophobic man. Now, I want to make sure I get her name right because, yeah, I just want to make sure I get her name right. Her name is Furley P on YouTube, y'all. Please go watch that video if you haven't watched it. But she breaks down like the whole, perception, the whole concept of a man not really being DL. He just don't like gay men or whatever. And I 100% agree. Like, I don't think, how everybody say now when a black man is homophobic, he's just automatically just assume that he's just down low. And that's not always the case, y'all. Like, some of these men just do not like it. They don't like the concept of being gay. They think the idea of being gay is so disgusting. Everybody is so rooted into the Bible and things like that. So, they're just probably just genuinely disgusted with it. And hey, it is what it is. And the last thing is very interesting, but they're insecure and they're jealous of other gay men. And I know it's probably a straight guy that's watching me like, what do you mean by that? I'm gonna tell you, a lot of men objectify women. That's just what they do. When you hang around boys, when you hang around men, all they talk about really is sports, women, money, sports, money, women. But a lot of the times in black men circles, they objectify women all the time. Oh, I'm gonna hit that. Like, they always talk about fucking other girls or whatever. Like, that's like their motive. Alright, so y'all know I can't do my videos without doing reactions. That's what we do over here. So I did find a couple videos. I found one on YouTube and I found the rest of them on TikTok. But basically, I made sure all of them correlated with everything that I mentioned, whether it was toxic masculinity, them being down low, them being actually jealous and insecure of gay men, and I forgot the other one. I think it was me talking about them just genuinely being disgusted with the whole idea of being gay. So first, we're gonna start off with some videos talking about toxic masculinity. So let's get into it.
Our men nowadays are more hyper emotional than they were when we was young, is because once again, something that now is considered toxic masculinity, which wasn't a term until I believe maybe the late 90s, 2000s, but we were raised as, what we would say like real men. You know what I'm saying? Real men where, you don't show emotions and you don't cry in front of women and you don't let a woman know, that you are struggling or you having issues, things of that nature. To whereas now we're in a new day and age to where it's like, cry, be more hypersensitive. Like if you're too hard, then you're considered toxic. If you stand on business, then you're considered toxic as a man. But now it's like I say, toxic masculinity is considered a bad thing. So people, when you do something that's, maybe manly or, based on your bravado, it's instead of it being like something that's manly, where some women will still look at it as manly, but there's a lot of people out there that may look at it as toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? That's that's toxic. You shouldn't think that way. You shouldn't tell your son, don't cry. It's not that I tell my son don't cry. First off, what you crying about? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it,
I feel like it's not right to not allow your child to react to certain things on the emotional level because you feel like it's not nothing to cry about. Like, that's weird to me. They're kids at the end of the day, so they're gonna cry about everything. But let's keep watching.
If you cry, it better be something that's worth crying about. And that's a lot of times I think one of the things where, you like, just let them cry. Like, no, I'm not just gonna let my son cry. What are you crying about? If it ain't nothing to cry about, then quit crying. You know what I'm saying? But we're in this time where that mentality is considered toxic. Oh, you're telling your son don't cry.
I'm glad he know.
Let him express himself and be emotional. Well, if I do that, then as he gets older and he becomes a man, then he does the same shit with women. You know what I'm saying? And now, instead of you guys having a conversation, he's getting, upset and emotional with his girlfriend because that's what, we've let them do. That's what we've taught them. So
a woman will rather have that. Like, what's the whole purpose of being human if you can't be emotional? You can't react to certain things. I'm not understanding. And like I say, I guess they mix up the two. They mix up being masculine with the toxic masculinity. Like, stop it. Like, just cut it out. Just cut it out. Hopefully y'all get what I'm trying to say. Lauren, let's put my phone on D&D. Hopefully y'all get what I'm trying to say, what I mean by that. I feel like they confused the two.
I think it has a lot to do with society and what they've, started to push on our communities based off of, masculinity. So now we have hyper emotional men. We have a lot more homosexuality, a lot more men being, I can't call them, but people choosing to be a different sex than they were born and things of that nature. So it's a lot more acceptance now than it was before. Because I will say, back in the day, a lot of this stuff wasn't accepted.
Very much so. Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think it wasn't the fact that it wasn't accepted, but it's just the fact that what you do in your bedroom should stay in your bedroom.
Right.
In my
Why
opinion.
is it so?
Like, why?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't need to know that.
Right. But it became more so,
blah, blah, blah.
Okay, this is what I do in the bedroom, and I want you to know that this is what I do in the bedroom. It's like, wait a minute, that we don't need to know what you do in the bedroom. So you want to dress like a woman because you want to act like a woman in the bedroom. That doesn't I don't think that's
My
mentally
business.
sane, right? It's not my business, but I really don't think.
It's not about it being y'all business, but we not finna sit here and act like straight community like we don't be forced to see y'all shit all the damn time. So now that we are in a space where we can talk about our sex lives, it's a fucking problem. Y'all uncomfortable as hell. Like, it's a double standard for me. You know, with people like this, you can't really argue with them because they already got their mind made up on how they feel. So it's just best to just let people think how they think.
Black men really realize how beautiful and powerful they would be if they would release themselves from the shackles of toxic masculinity, homophobia, and misogyny. Y'all, those are y'all's biggest enemies. I mean, not to mention it makes y'all like menaces to everybody else. But just for yourselves, it makes you a menace to yourself and to each other. Like, do you not see that? Like the black men that release themselves from the shackles and let them go and let little black boys play with kitchen sets and fucking cry and show affection to other men, not being afraid of looking gay or don't have to say pause if they do. Or genuinely just love and protect black women and don't make it until you're a bitter bitch if they say something they don't like. Or if they express themselves the way they want to and not cosplay as a man they think they should be. Because the black men that do that, radiant. You don't see
It's clocking the hell out of y'all teeth. Girl, keep talking. Shit, I'm loving it.
them radiant. The quicker y'all release yourselves from those shackles, the quicker y'all will be able to be community for each other and be in community with the rest of us. Y'all will have the safe space that you keep saying you want and the safe space y'all need. I just don't get it.
Where did you learn or when did it become apparent to you that authenticity, vulnerability is what we need as a community in order for our communities to grow?
I stopped giving a fuck, man. Like one of the greatest things that happened to me when I was in prison, I cried. Because as a kid in the community, especially a boy in the ghetto, you taught to be tough by your mom. Fall off the swing. You better not cry. Boy, stop crying. Everybody teach you the dehumanization of black people is a deep thing by black people. Don't be a fucking human.
And that's one thing I forgot to mention too. Within the black community, growing up as a black man, you know, if you are in a situation where you was born by a single mother, a lot of women do that too. So I'm not going to just say black men raise their sons, you know, to not show emotion, because a lot of black women also are guilty of that as well. And that's just probably how they were brought up as well, for a man to not show emotion as well. So the shit can go hand in hand if you ask me. But let's keep watching.
Be a robot. Don't feel, be tough, don't cry. Don't go through a horror moment. You can't say I'm stressed out, I'm going through it. That's weak. You can't say I'm depressed. That's weak. You can't cry. That's weak. You can't get emotional and tell a woman, oh, baby, I love you in public. You soft ass. You're a simp. Listen, think about this. You would be called a simp if you told the woman, the mother of your child, the woman you love, that you love her out loud. And you regularly told her that in an environment where they don't do that. That simp ass. He a simp. Think about how we think, bro. I'm like, I ain't got time for that shit. That shit is heavy. To carry around this joint, I ain't gonna cry. Man, that shit you will explode. Your back will hurt. You'll be f***ed up.
And with these videos, you guys, I found two. And it's two different black men expressing their jealousy when it comes to gay men. And they're not coming out verbatim saying they're jealous of us, but just listen to what they got to say.
The black women are more accepting of a gay man than a heterosexual man. I ain't saying nothing wrong with the gay man, but you and the gay man are not gonna continue to populate and build. Where do we continue to create our greatness? So now everybody gotta have surrogates. Everybody gotta go to a whole nother layout to conceive, to keep our bloodline alive.
Y'all, want you the same one that had on a damn dress? Ain't you the same one that come out every damn summer with a damn new hairstyle? I feel like he's one of the girls, and it's pissing me off.
I love us all. Gay, straight, whatever. I love us all. But I want y'all to see it's a system in place. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching. Hopefully I didn't say anything that was hypocritical, but if I did, blame it on the fact that I'm human, just like you are, because you ain't gonna understand it unless you done been through it, or unless you're ready to understand.
This is where I'm starting to get aggravated.
I've noticed that a woman will respect a gay man more than a straight man. Why is that?
Well, I mean, gay men do respect women more than straight men do.
A woman will literally treat a gay man better than a straight man.
A straight man literally would treat his homeboy better than a woman.
They say that they don't want a feminine man.
So stop bitching.
So why are you so happy when you meet one?
A person's sexuality has nothing to do with their feminine or masculine energy. But to answer your question, most time women are not happy around gay men. They feel comfortable, they feel safe, they feel protected.
They be mad mean to straight men.
They're always mean to straight men because they already know what you want from them. Vagina, booty hole, a game.
What I tell y'all, like literally, like, you know, like, and then like women, they can't even really go out and go to a fucking grocery store, pump their gas without somebody trying to stop them or holler, like, let the girl be, god damn it. So it's just like, a woman gonna always have their guards up when it comes to certain men all the time, or just men in general. Like, it's just crazy. But he is spot on with everything.
Or their gay best friend.
I just don't get it. It makes me think that women want men to be feminine.
Women don't want men to be feminine. Women want men to be men, whether he's more in touch with his feminine energy or masculine energy.
Why does he get more respect than a straight man?
I don't know. Maybe because he earned it.
Why you so tender with his feelings? But a straight man, you could just disrespect with ease.
You're stating that they disrespect y'all with ease and it's bothering you so much. But then you go to compare yourself to a feminine man. I think you should look in the mirror.
It's often very weird, bro. They'll support a gay man's content over a straight man's content.
I'm telling you, y'all, they jealous as hell. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I just don't know what to say, child. Because the gays, we do thrive, child. We be thriving on Facebook, on TikTok, child, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever you want to call it, baby. We are going to thrive whether you like it or not. And the girls love us down. They love us down boots. So, I don't know. But it is what it is. I love being gay. I love this shit. It's just really funny, like, hearing this shit from, like, men. Because a lot of straight men feel this way, y'all. A lot. It's crazy.
Gay men and women connect on a level that straight men have yet to connect with themselves on. Until you realize that gay men and women have the same shared experiences with guys like you, then you will be able to understand. Straight man content is nothing but them degrading women, talking about games, sex, and hoes. What real woman want to sit back and consume that type of content?
A gay man will speak on something that a straight man will speak on, and the straight man will get all the backlash, but the gay man gets congratulations.
Maybe because y'all point of views be dumb as hell. I don't know.
Make the shit make sense, dog.
How the hell can we make it make sense when you don't even make sense, dog?
What is his name? Mantra, you ate his up. You ate him up down.
Community, a lot of black men struggle with their sexuality, and you can tell in how they treat their wives, their baby mamas. A lot of men don't even really like women. They like the feeling of the sex, they like the feeling of the intimacy, but you can tell if a lot of men were able to be with their homeboys, they would. And this is going to go viral because it's the truth, but the truth hurts, because you can tell in how a man feels with how he treats his wife.
So I just made a video about Ray J and how it seems like he's uncertain about his sexuality. Well, a lot of men jumped in the comment section and basically was saying that I was wrong. And I was saying what I was saying based on how he treats the woman he chose to marry, the woman he put children in, and said he wanted to spend the rest of his life, which is a beautiful woman. I don't know her personally, but in my opinion, I would say from the inside out. No such thing as a perfect relationship. But somebody tagged the Big Sexy, and I said in the comments that Big Sexy ain't gonna respond and say the truth about Ray J because that's his friend, but he has videos that says the exact same thing what I'm saying. Now I have a question for black men and women. How many black women have sit up and wonder why your man is so angry and upset with you when you have not done anything to make this man angry, upset to the point of where he is with you? Question to the black men, and be honest. Why is it that you sitting up acting like you got an attitude more than she does when you should possess the masculinity when she has not done anything to you?
The product of being down low, you know, when they just express their anger out on you for no apparent reason, especially when you are in a relationship with that man. It could be a possibility he just don't even like he just probably like the sex, but all that other shit that comes with, you know, being with a woman, they get irritated because they really want to be with a man. And they would never come out and say it, but it's the truth. Now, I'm not really too educated on the whole Ray J situation, but From what I've seen from his antics online lately, he do give DL vibes. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like these videos covered everything that I wanted to talk about today, and that's really all I really wanted to say. Like, I feel like what I said in this video, I couldn't really get too into it on the other video that I did. I do gotta go because I gotta do some homework, but I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye!